Greetings in the name of the risen Christ as the second week of the 2020 Postponed General Conference begins. I'm Sandra Olewine, a board member of the General Council on Finance and Administration, and a clergy delegate to the General Conference from the California Pacific Annual Conference. This week, delegates turn from legislative work of holy conferencing to the time of discernment and decision-making as we receive the work of committees and began the process of adopting the legislation that will be part of what guides the worldwide United Methodist Church in the next few years. As I contemplated what is before us this week, considering regionalization proposals and how or whether to revise our social principles to reflect a more global community, whether we will remove harmful language about our LGBTQIA+ siblings, or take positions on such weighty matters as climate change, reproductive rights, and war in the Middle East. And that's only a few of the kinds of issues that we will be considering. My mind went to the book of James. Martin Luther thought this a book of straw and not really worthy to be in the biblical canon. But I've always found James to be a particular favorite, particularly for Methodists. You see, James, I think, may have been one of the very first practical theologians. He recognized that a life lived in relationship with the risen Christ changes us. So James offers practical guidelines about how we live in community in ways that reflect that Christ-centered relationship. We not only hear the word, but we become doers of it. As United Methodists, we are called to transform the world. Now that's rooted in and sent out from our relationship with Jesus. But we are called as Methodists to do as Jesus taught, putting love into action in small and grand ways. This week, delegates will move to microphones and offer words in favor or against various pieces of legislation. Sometimes when convictions are high, the floor can feel tense and anxious, and passions emerge, and we can respond with spirits of division, and yes, even hostility at times. So my prayer this week is that we might remember the words from James, chapter 1, starting at verse 19. You must understand this, my beloved brothers and sisters. Let everyone be quick to listen, slow to speak, slow to anger. For human anger does not produce God's righteousness. Therefore, rid yourselves of all sordidness and rank growth of wickedness, and welcome with meekness the implanted word that has power to save your souls. But be doers of the word and not merely hearers who deceive themselves. Look into the perfect law, the law of liberty, and persevere, being not hearers who forget, but doers who act. They will be blessed in their doing. I invite you to pray for such a spirit to descend upon the plenary room this week. Pray that we might move to the microphones with conviction and clarity, but without malice or anger. Pray that a spirit of deep listening emerges, allowing delegates to hear the heart story of siblings from around the globe that may or may not experience the world in the same way. Pray that the diversity of our worldwide church can be celebrated as a gift and blessing, and that we love one another as we have been so richly loved. I think if we can do that, then the world will know that we are Christ's disciples, and the United Methodist Church will be blessed in our doing. And while you pray for the General Conference, I invite you also, no matter where you are this day, to also consider what it is to be a doer of the world in your place. Where can you share the love of Christ, the grace of God, and the transforming power of the Spirit as you move about your community? For while we are working here in Charlotte, the world continues around us, a world where there is much hurt and brokenness, and a world where there is joy and new life. May all that we do, no matter where we are, give glory to God and honor to Jesus, so the world will know them too. God bless you this day.